this video, we will talk about how ambient AI is used in healthcare. This is a sabbatical project for the academic year 2024-2025 at Mount San Antonio College by Professor Kim Lalani Wynn. I asked AI, what are the different types of AI? And the one answer that came back quickly is by capability. We can talk about a weak or a narrow AI versus a general or stronger AI, and then the super AI. Currently, most of the AI tools used in healthcare is in the category of narrow or weak AI. Yes, this includes generative AI. Let's focus our attention to the different types of AI currently used in healthcare. There are ambient AI, assistive AI, predictive AI, and agentic AI. Ambient AI is also known as ambient clinical intelligence. It involves the integration of AI into everyday environments to create intelligent, adaptive systems that anticipate and respond to users' needs without direct interaction. Unobtrusively, it can gather information, analyze context, and provide assistance or solutions in the background, often in real time. I like to think of ambient AI in healthcare as a silent assistant. It is in the background, automating documentation. That is, in real time, it is recording and transcribing relevant information between the clinician and the patient. It is smart enough to know not to include things like how's the family, because that's not relevant. However, it is able to reduce charting time for the physician and other clinicians tremendously. And then later on in the day, the clinician has the ability to go back to edit anything that is incorrect. Fortunately, it is seamlessly interfacing with the electronic health record. So it goes automatically to the patient's health record without the physician having to do anything additional. So far, doctors, nurses, and patients have all given the ambient AI tremendous positive feedback. They really do enjoy it, and doctors are saving a lot of times not having to do the notes later on in the day. So as you can see, this is easing cognitive burden, saving a lot of time for the clinician, and thus allow the clinician to have more personal time with their family. Currently, you may hear the word wearables. These are devices to monitor the patient remotely or in the hospital. But the neat thing is, as long as the patient has access to the internet, these devices can also monitor the patient remotely, which means the patient does not have to go to the hospital or go to a doctor's office for healthcare. So as you can imagine, for those in the rural areas where it's very difficult and they have to travel far to go to see their doctors, these wearables devices are a tremendous saving in their time and energy. Now, in the future, wearables could also reduce hospital stay, because instead of having the patient in the hospital, a patient can go home earlier with these wearables devices. So I want to bring you back to ambient AI. Remember, that's the generative AI that's used in healthcare to document anything about the patient. If we combine ambient AI with these wearables, now the monitoring of patients is seamlessly recorded into the patient's electronic health record. No one has to do any manual labor in terms of inputting the information. This, of course, once again, I want to emphasize, is a huge contribution to make it equitable for patients who are in rural areas to have access to healthcare as long as there is internet services. In the next slide, I'm going to show you an example of the beauty of ambient AI and wearables that's currently being tested right now at the University of Miami Ophthalmology Department. I want to share with you a beautiful example of how ambient AI and wearables can do tremendous progress for the future of medicine. In fall of 2024, I visited Bascom Palmer Eye Institute at the University of Miami. Specifically, the laboratory is Artificial Intelligence and Computer Augmented Vision Laboratory. There in the picture, you see me with a virtual reality headset. What I see in that headset is the exact same eye examination that I would get if I was at a ophthalmology or optometrist office. And if I have access to internet, then the result of my eye exam will then be automatically sent and documented in my own medical record chart. So taking this headset anywhere in the world, rural areas, the eye examination can be done virtually, and the findings, the result will then be automatically sent to the hospital or the patient's record. This is a tremendous gain, especially for those who live far away from the doctor's office.